And we're back too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please forgive me for that, y'all. Technical difficulties, as y'all know, happens all the time. Happens more often than you would expect.
Mm-hmm. It sure does, man.
But as I was asking you earlier, we were talking about. We were talking about how different pro players. Yeah, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Muted. Okay, hold on, hold on. Can you hear me now? Damn.
It's all happening today, man.
Yeah, right when we decided to do this.
You know, have you ever used StreamYard before? That's pretty easy to do.
StreamYard, I'd have to download it. I'd have to download it.
No, you actually use it through a browser.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Hang on, let me just do a quick check. Yeah, so you basically, like I said, it's a 2-hour limit, but you log in with your account, right? So you log in with like your YouTube. I think it's your. Just having a look see.
Let's see.
Come here, baby.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, chat? Still no audio?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah, I can hear you crystal clear. But that's through like just this chat.
Okay.
And they can hear you because I've got it like running through Discord. So.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's still muted? Okay. All right. Damn it. All right. Well, maybe we're just gonna have to stream it on your end, and then I'll probably just have to pick it up later or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if you, I mean, well, it's up to you, man. Well, now we can see you.
I guess we just have to stream it on your end, because for some reason my end has decided it's not gonna play nice today.
No, that happens. Well, I mean, it's still your show. I don't care if it's on my channel, man. You're running it, so yeah, you do the business, and I'm just here for the ride, man. So do your shout out, do everything you want, you know, and then you can like, if you want, like, just download the video later or whatever, however you do it, and just put it up on your channel so everyone can see it too if you want. So.
Or I could do this. You can stream it on your end, and I'll record it on mine through the computer, and then I'll just upload it like a video.
Perfect. That'll do it.
When live streaming don't work, always record. I apologize.
No, that's good, man. It's fine. I don't mind these things, so.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll call you through Discord on the PC again.
All right, cool. All right. We're jumping around. We're getting there. We are getting there. Unknown subject says, I think Toots was brain rotted by. Yeah, it's possible. All right.
Probably help if I turn on my damn camera. Huh? All right.
There we go.
Yeah, so I'll just record it like a video on my end,
Yep.
and then if you can stream it, you can, and I'll just upload it that way.
Yep. That sounds cool. That's all good, man. So.
Okay. Cool. Let's try this one more time. You want to start right away, or you want to?
Yeah, shit, man. We're live right now on my channel, bro. So. Yeah, we're only 6 minutes in, so like it's not egregious amount of time, so it's all good.
No problems. So, like you were saying, you don't think that the pro players should be the ones that have the sole input over what goes in said fighting game, no matter what the genre, especially Mortal Kombat, right? That's what you were alluding to earlier, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I was asking was, before Discord decided to, play what I was asking was, do you think it would be a far-fetched idea, and follow me, do you think it would be a far-fetched idea if the pro players had say-so over said, gameplay mechanics itself, and the lifelong fans, the casuals, would you say that they had input over what other content goes in the game? Because me and you both know more it goes into a fighting game than just fighting online and trying to see whose dick is longer in the penis swing contest, right? Online. I can ask better than you. We all know there's more game modes that go into it, things like chess combat. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but MK9 was the last Mortal Kombat to have code mode, right? But you can put it, you and the other player can put in a certain code and you can change the way the game was played. You can fight super fast, you can fight in slow mode, you can fight with big heads. You can fight to where projectiles are now disabled, in said fight. Do you think that would be a good idea? Do you think the company should just do what they do and then listen to the crowd and what they could add to the game?
Yeah, I mean, so, because, all right, so I'll try and run over it quickly again, like what we spoke about before the great collapse. You know why it collapsed, bro? It's because there's just too much, right? There's too much greatness going on right here between these two brains, right? And it just fucking shit itself. So, okay, so if you go back to the very beginning of fighting games, they didn't have a pro scene. Like when companies decided to make the first Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, the first Street Fighter, first Mortal Kombat, they didn't go to some sort of like pro players and go, how do we make this better? As far as I know, right? So, and just like most other games that get made, that the studio makes them, they put it out, and then people deal with it. And so obviously with fighting games, just like other competitive types of genres, people decided, we can turn these into competitions. The downside, of course, is that you're going to get, if you have a pro scene controlling the gameplay, which is also a very cool center point for an actual fighting game, then it has to be like, it has got to be balanced. Not so much that it's like fine-tuning balance. I mean, just if you're going to make an aggressive game, you're going to have all these fun things you can do, then you've got to give a counterbalance to it, so that way people can go, okay, I can do all this crazy shit, but then if I want to play defense, I've got these tools available as well. So, and in some of the conversations I've had with some of these people, at least a year ago, they were like, we don't want the defensive shit coming back from MK11. It's like, well, you don't have to use MK11. That was just one example. But you've got to make it balanced, you know. And then if the casual side are deciding what's in the game, then you're going to get some casuals going, well, we like this and we don't like that, and some will go, but we like that and not that. And that's why I've kind of been having this mentality in the last few days, actually. It's just thinking that I think these companies just need to make their own fucking game, and then we deal with it, you know, just like every other company. You know, when From Software, they make a new Souls game, right? They just make a new fucking Souls game, right? And outside of like game-breaking bugs and crap like that, we just deal with it. We just take it on board, you know. Stellar Blade, you know, like, you know, you just get the game and you just play it, you know, any which way you want. Maybe they need to start doing that fighting games. You know, just cut us all out. You know, look at their history and go, was this successful? Was this not? You know, and then, you know, hopefully conjure something up. Otherwise, you're gonna have, what's that old saying? Too many chefs, you know, too many chefs in the kitchen. You know, because everyone's going, but this needs to happen. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. I know. We'll just get John Tobias back. Because I think that when John Tobias and Ed Boon were together, we got the best MKs. Personally, like, I think we got the best ones. So.
I do agree with that. You got the programming of one Ed Boon, and you got the storytelling of one John Tobias, and then that's what they call checks and balances.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't want to get too extreme here. We want to get extreme here. Okay, how do we come to a meeting? I do understand that. I do get that.
Yeah.
So, before, again, like you said, before the great collapse, what is your thoughts on the attitude of the pro players that think that they are just above and high and mighty, and just don't think that they? Because, like I said, I sent you the tweet of the guy that said that he just felt like he just can't behoove himself to talk to a casual player about what should be in the gameplay, what should be in this type of gameplay, and what should. What is your take on?
Can I read the tweet? Can we say who it's from? Is that allowed, or is that all right?
Go ahead.
All right. Like, I actually have no problem with this guy. I think this guy, his name's Rewind. He's obviously pretty well known in the MK circuit. I got no issue with him. I think I've heard him talk. I think he seems like a chillish sort of guy, right? Oh,
I would agree.
We even got the cat. She's coming to join in. So,
and I second what he said. I have no personal problems with you. I'm just trying to make a point here. People do, he's attacking me. We not bashing. We just talking about what you tweeted. All right.
Yeah.
Get your panties out the bunch. Okay.
So he says, this is his tweet. He says, "Is there any point in conversing with casuals? I'm assuming you meant casual level players about nerfs and buffs? Question mark. They don't see the game from my lens, so there's zero convincing. Most don't even possess the ability to get around the options they complain about because they don't even know how to lab." Yeah, that's kind of fucking inflammatory. Yeah,
that's not condescending at all, right?
No, this is fucking ego, bro. Like, it's just like, I understand they're great at what they do, right? But they didn't pay a more expensive copy of Mortal Kombat 1 over you or me. We all paid for the same game. I always try and enforce this, right? That we are customers and we all have a say. And just because somebody doesn't know much about this over something else doesn't mean to say that they don't understand what fun is, right? Like, they just don't understand, you know, and that's really important. But then you get guys like this who are, you know, are very sort of, oh, well, you know, you don't understand this. Like, oh, you're not in the fucking training area for 6 hours, and you're not going, oh, but, you know, if you read this frame data and you whiff this punch or plus and minus finger up your bum bullshit. And it's like, listen, fuck's sake, man. Like, you know what it's like? You know back in the old days in the Victorian period where women wore about like 300 pieces of fucking clothes, right?
Yeah.
And all you want is them titties. Sorry, I know I'm being rude right now, but you just want the titties, bro. Like, you just want to get to your wife's titties, right? And you fucking doing this shit, you know, like, turn around, love, you know, do this, you know, fucking get the chainsaw cut off that bit of clothes, and, you know, like, fuck's sake, just give me the titties, right? Just, I can get through 2 layers of clothes, that's it, right? And that's kind of, this is the thing, it's like, they don't seem to understand that, like the casual or what I would consider the Mortal Kombat fan base are the ones that sell the game. Like, they're the ones that keep these companies in business. It's not the pro players, right?
Yeah.
It's, I mean, we're all technically all MK fans, but like, you know, most people aren't competing. So therefore, they're the ones that are the driving force of sales and stuff like that. MK's always sold pretty well, but I always ask, what is the retention rate? How many people are really sticking with it versus a Street Fighter or a Tekken, you know, stuff like that. And they got to be careful because we got Fatal Fury coming out, we got Virtual Fighter 5 Revo coming out in a couple of days, you know, a new Virtual Fighter on the horizon, and there's the new Riot fighting game 2X KO, that 2v2 fighter. There's some good shit on the horizon, man, and these companies, they just, you know, they gotta try and, you know, pick the game up, you know.
Yeah, most definitely. So here's my take on it. I don't have a problem. If you have a problem with a certain move getting changed, the properties of it getting changed because now it makes your character weaker or it makes a certain character strong, I have no problem with that. We all got opinions, like I was told. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and most of them stink anyway, right? So I have no problem with you saying, "Oh, I don't like this, I don't like that." My problem is when you feel like you're up here and everybody else is fucking down here. That's what I have a problem with. You understand what I'm saying? You a regular dude with a regular job like the rest of us, and there's nothing wrong with that. You understand what I'm saying? It's not me saying like, "Oh, I'm this big YouTube bro." I'm not. I'm a small fish in a very large ocean. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying it to knock you personally or knock you for anything that you've accomplished in this scene. Congratulations to you. My whole thing is bro, humble yourself a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? Like you said, just because you know something about a game more than this other person, that don't mean that you're above them in any certain. You're just better at them at a video game, dude.
Yeah.
Because that's what I think that's what a lot of pro players, particularly, not just in this scene, but with a lot of competitive players and pro players, from what I've seen, that's what I've seen from them. They get these huge egos just because they can press buttons better than someone else. At the end of the day, this is video games, man. Yeah. This is video games. Let's keep it in the video game spectrum. And here's a thought. If you're a so-called pro player, and I see y'all do it all the time, if you're so high and mighty and so much better at this game, why not teach people how to get to your level? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Make some how-to videos instead of talking about, oh, you're just so beneath me, I just can't be. But how about you teach people how to get to your level, how to show people how to get better, what to look for, why you look for certain matchups, why you look for this frame, that, and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. Why not do that? Say and to that, what say you?
Yeah, that's right. Like, I've so all right, we'll talk about it because you brought up the Reiko nerf, where they made it so that, and this, I think, I could be wrong, but I think this is the first actual time in Mortal Kombat history where they've actually had a projectile not only be reflected or stopped by another projectile, but it also just completely, that their projectile goes through it. Like, I don't think I've ever, because Mortal Kombat projectiles pass each other, right? Whereas Street Fighter, they clash, you know, and I think this is the first time they've ever done that, which is fucking bizarre. But, like, at the same time, if we go back to Cabal and MK3, you know, he had this really massively damaging combo in the arcade, and you could end it with his buzzsaw. And then when they brought out Ultimate MK3, they patched it, essentially. They nerfed the ability to pull the buzzsaw out at the end because it was way too much damage, right? That was a nerf. That was an arcade nerf. That was a nerf in real time, if you will. And so, you know, that was you just deal with it. Like, it's like, oh shit, okay, we can't do that now. But you go, all right, let's work with what we've got. And so, yeah, like I've got this tweet over here, and it's starting to make me more angry reading it because, like, it's just sort of like a Mortal Kombat fan isn't sitting there going, oh geez, you know, like, I wonder what the frame data is like on this character. Like, the average MK fan, like, you look at Total MK, right? He's the one of the OG on YouTube, right? He's one of the biggest MK fans I've ever seen, like the biggest, right? You know, in contact with the team at Midway, has interviewed and talked to the people that did all the digitization. This guy, fucking stories, bro, we can tell you, man, right?
And he's got the receipts to show for it too.
Yeah.
Go check on his channel.
Yeah, and he's also, I think he won a competition a few years ago at MK2 comp at one of the PAX shows in Australia. But he wouldn't know nothing compared to like these pro players in terms of like the skill level. But that doesn't mean to say that he's not a massive MK fan. You know, these guys it's almost like they look at the characters like a spreadsheet and a math equation. You know, and they go, well, this character mathematically will work up against this character over here. And as soon as I hear that, I just tune out. I'm like, dude, I want to choose any character and try and beat any character. Like, I was using Reiko since the beginning, not because he was OP, just because he's a cool character, right? And now that they've done this really, it's pretty bizarre change. Like, they gave him a really awesome special move with his, like air grab, you know, and the slam. But then they nerfed his, you know, because I think, to be fair, like his shurikens were kind of powerful because they're quick and they had a nice spread, right? And they'd all hit pretty much, you know, like unless you were like, you know, ducking or whatever. So I've tried it out online and I'm like, okay, I'll just deal with it. You know, like if they change it back or modify it, I think they should. I think they should not have the projectile continue through. If they want to stop the shuriken, then make the fireball hit the shuriken and then dissipate. Don't keep traveling through because that's kind of broken, but I'll deal with it. It's just it's fine. Like, you know.
So you're basically saying you would be okay with NetherRealm Studios leaning more towards, instead of trading projectiles if thrown at the same time, they just clash. And let's say one EXs or, you know, spins a bar on one versus the other, then they go past, or and say they both do a bar projectile at the same time, or both a meter projectile at the same time. You think that should clash too? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think so. In MK9, so as an example, if you're both Scorpions and you threw your spear, but they did the enhanced spear, which threw out two, theirs would nullify yours and then hit you, right? I like that. I don't mind that the projectiles go past each other. I think it's a unique MK thing. I wouldn't want them to just start copying Street Fighter and other fighters where they just have them clash. You know, still keep it MK, so that way, you know, like they throw something out like a trade-off. You know, they might throw like an acid spitter's reptile, but if your freeze goes out at the same time, the trade-off doesn't, you know, it's not as good, right? Because they hit you with the acid, but they're frozen. So now you can really like do some damage. And I kind of like that. You know, that's part of the game of MK. But, you know, your EX moves should override a standard of the same. But yeah, I wouldn't want them clashing. It's so weird having the clash. Like it's really bizarre. It's like they've made his shuriken paper mache. You know, and everything, any fireball doesn't have to be EX. It just goes straight through it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't understand it, but I'll work around it, right? I'll work around it. Yeah. So because they have to get their fireball, my brain goes, oh, sorry, I didn't interrupt. Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, I was going to say, like so while they have this in the game, my brain goes, okay, how do I do around it? Like I'm still going to throw them, right? It's not like they get reflected back at me and like, you know, like a proper reflect, like say a Nightwolf, you know, reflect, that type of thing. So it's not like, you know, it's not like I get them all back on me. It just sort of nullifies it. But at the same time, how do I work around that? What can I do? You know, I know they're trying to force him to get in closer, and that's fine. But I don't know. I just my brain goes, oh, how can I use this to my advantage, right? If I start throwing stars and they're going, oh yeah, he's a bit spam heavy, right? And they try and come in on me, then I can get them with my close game, right? I can get up my grapples and like Reiko's kicks are super long because they've got that essentially like that red energy that comes off the end of his kicks. So he's got great range. So they might try and jump in and I can easily like pop them out of the air. So that's the way my brain works. But that's just me as I just, you know, just play the game. I'm not an expert. But a pro player will be like, it's fucking blah, 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 blah. And that's where the pro players lose people. Right? Like this tweet, like, is there any point conversing with casual level players about nerfs and buffs? No, because most Mortal Kombat fans probably don't give a fuck. They just want a great game. That's it. So.
Yeah, and it's interesting you made that point because I want to, and it's a perfect segue to my next point. I've noticed a trend in the Mortal Kombat community. You've spoken about it several times. I have, but I think we need to really talk about it here. Is when it comes to certain people having problems with the game versus the pro players and competitive players, when they have a problem with the game. See, when the person that's not known for winning the Evo or competing at the game, when they ask or they have a problem with a certain aspect, oh, you're just hating, you're just complaining, you're just bitching, you're just moaning, you're just whining. A pro player will literally a week later come out and say the exact same shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like the fucking gospel. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? It's like Jesus himself has spoken. And we need to stop where we're going, pull off on the side of the road, and heed what the hell he's saying. What are your true thoughts about that, man? Like, what do you really think of? Do you think that has a place in any game, not just the FGC? I know you're primarily in the FGC, but do you think that type of attitude has a place anywhere in video games, man?
No. I mean, it's just like I know there's big personalities. Like when it comes to fighting games or some shooters, you get big personalities and stuff, and it might be just part of the gimmick. But, nah. No, I don't know. I mean, the thing is though that like they it's almost like they forget what a video game is for, and that's fun. It's got to be entertaining, right? And so it feels like they're forgetting that aspect of it. I remember asking, it was like over a year ago. Foxy Grandpa was streaming Halo on Twitch, right? And I could tell that he was playing PC version, Halo Master Chief, I think it was, collection. I think it was that one, and I got it. And despite our differences, I messaged, so hey man, I'll just jump in and play some games. So we did, right? I was running around on his team, and I said to him, "Oh, do you guys like playing the game?" And he said something like, "No, no one at the top likes playing the game." And I thought, man, that's that's tragic. Like you're not having fun with it. Like you've taken this thing that you're really good at. You'd think that you'd be loving it, like a sports person. They seem to love the sport that they're playing, but that's what he said. I don't know if he could have been hyperbolic, but I just thought that was really tragic. And then you see stuff like this tweet and other things that we've seen over the years about, they talk down to us that are sitting there going, "This isn't fun. I'm getting half of my health deleted because I missed on one punch. This isn't fun. Oh, you don't know shit, you don't know this mechanic, blah, blah, blah." And then, as you said, months later, a year later, what we've seen for ourselves from the fun position, they're like, "Oh yeah, this isn't working out so well." It's like, fuck's sake, man. Like, I'm not saying you gotta listen to us, but don't talk down to us just because it's different, right? We all pay the same, right? So, yeah.
Okay, cool. My thoughts on it, like you said, humble yourself. This is video games at the end of the day. Whether you make money playing them or not, this is video games. We all here to have fun.
Yep.
And I can honestly say, and even though I still play it because, there's people that want to see me play it, I think, and I'm going to just call y'all out right now, Raging Rebels, I know y'all like seeing me get mad at shit before y'all like seeing me have fun with shit. And to be honest, I kind of have fun doing that. I kind of enjoy seeing people laugh at me, kind of, get mad or whatever, because there's no point naming myself Rage King if I'm just cool, calm, and collected all the time. And, how you guys are. No, people want to see that energy. They want to see me get into it, because I make you feel, and there's nothing wrong with that. But with that being said, man, speaking about the field, let's move on to the future of MK1 in your eyes versus what you see versus what, say, everyone else can see, the direction of MK1.
Yep.
What do you think are some things that they can put into the future MK, or hell, even this, that they can put in here to make the game not even just play well or play better, but to be fun? Because we can agree, to a lot of people, Mortal Kombat 1, it's a game to play. You still get your, for your gore horrors out there, you still get your mutilation, your blood, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's simply not as fun as I feel it should be. And to that, what say you?
I think it needs a 1v1 mode. Like, if you had, like, of everything you could choose, definitely a 1v1 mode. I know some characters would then probably have to be beefed up, you know, because characters like Kung Lao lost key moves to be stuck on the stupid fucking cameo. So they would have to. You could easily do it. Like, I've used this example before where, like, one of my favorite online MMO type games is Guild Wars. And what happened is that they had the same spell. If you were fighting monsters, it would have certain properties. If you went into the PvP section to fight people, that spell would automatically change its properties, because then, you know, in a person versus person environment, it might be too OP, so they then reduce it to be more, you know, more even Stevens, right? They can easily do that. You create a 1v1 mode. The 1v1 mode, you know, bulks up your characters with the special moves that, you know, they either are locked on a cameo or, you know, they just put in. But then when you go to, say, normal, you know, cameo mode, then it's just like what we've got now, right? It'd probably be the most requested thing. Would you want 1v1 in Mortal Kombat 1? Yes or no, poll? You're right. If Ed Boon did that, it'd be overwhelmingly yes. Like, I can't imagine that. Outside of that, I don't know. I mean, I'd love to see fucking stage fatalities come back. You know, yes. I think that'd be pretty awesome. It just sort of seems like under the NetherRealm era, they give us, like, you know, oh, we'll give you, you know, friendships here, and then we'll give you stage fatalities over here, and then we'll give you animalities over here. It's like fucking hell. Like, these games used to have all of this shit in the one thing, right?
Yes.
Like, they didn't take, like, from MK1 they added, MK2 to MK3 they added, and then MK3 onwards, like Ultimate and stuff, they added, and then we got the trilogy where we had animalities and stuff, and they kept adding shit. Whereas now it's like, oh, we'll give it back to you, this one thing later on. It's like, fuck, man, just you got like the development team is like probably like 30 times the size of it used to be in Midway, right? Mm-hmm. They got all of these fucking tons of money backed, and you're telling me that with all of that manpower, they can't even match the shit that we got in the old games, you know, with a smaller team, like. You know, you need to just, I don't know, like that'd be my two big things, but you know, to sort of at least keep the game relevant, you kind of need to do that, and keep no more guest characters. Just keep bringing us MK characters, right? Just the guest thing, they've got to let go, right? It's not selling the games. It's not pushing it forward. Fucking Conan came out, and everyone is only talking about Floyd.
Yes.
Right? A fucking a Mortal Kombat, a brand new Mortal Kombat character in the game, right? Everyone, like, the whole community is just coming together. Like, yeah, we got to figure this shit out. We got to do this and we got to do that. You know, no one gives a fuck about Conan and his oiled pecs. Who gives a fuck, right? I mean, maybe some people like him, but it's not moving boxes. It's not moving boxes, man. You know.
Yeah.
So.
And that should be a lesson in NetherRealm Studios, that you don't need guest. And who was the other guy? You made a video on him a couple times about the guy that said that guest characters sell Mortal Kombat more than guest characters.
Yeah.
The pink fucking ninja himself. A pink ninja that is a reference to a fucking rock band that most people are not even old enough to even know who the hell that is.
Yeah.
Is what's bringing the community together. Not the tournaments worth thousands of dollars, not, you know, Conan and his boobies bouncing, not, you know, Ghostface or any of that other shit. It's a fucking pink ninja from Mortal Kombat, an OG character that has got people coming together.
Yep.
That should be a lesson to them going forward. Stop with the guest characters. Don't get me wrong, there are some guest characters I like. There are some guest characters I thought that should have been in the game. Well, I would thought, that would be cool if they were. But I wasn't going to lose no sleep if they weren't. And my whole thing with guest characters is if you're going to have them, don't have guest characters be in the game at the expense of beloved characters. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't give me Homelander and fucking Nightwolf is still sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't give me Ghostface and Fusion was sitting right there. We even heard in the last game. Oh, I'll bring them back if they end up passing away. Where the fuck is it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck is it? I don't see him nowhere. That would be my whole thing.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Floyd, man. Have you been looking for Floyd, man?
Yeah, I fought him. I made him submit. So, but that was a big
Oh, so
one,
you got
yeah, because the Thinny on Twitter, he updated his list, right? So I just started at the top. It's pretty easy actually. Like it takes time. It's not difficult. It just takes time. So you just set up a 2v2 match. Like even if you have a player 2 set there, and you can just they just stand there and you just do shit against them. And he's like crazy fast. When I was using the mod the other night to use him, like he's got to be on the roster. That's why I'm like trying to push the hashtag Free Floyd, hashtag Salmon Bro, because like he feels like old MK character, just crazy, just wow, holy shit, like that's what I like. That's the first time I think I've actually been truly excited about using a character in MK1. That's crazy. And you can't even use it technically, right? But Floyd's great. Like he's, just everything about like that. They put a lot of effort into that, and that's really good. And that's what we've been saying to them for a long time. We need this sort of stuff in the game because Mortal Kombat was all about secrets and possible secret fights and all that sort of shit. That's what made it great. Yeah. So maybe they're listening.
So you're saying. So yeah, and it's about damn time too, because I honestly think when it comes to actual fans that's paying for it, y'all just cut y'all ears off whenever we get to talking about shit that we want. So you would say you would like to see them do this going forward with other. Would you like to see them do this type of the whole Floyd Easter egg thing? Would you like to see them do that with other? Say even if it's a character we already know. Say like a Jade, for instance, just to throw a name out there for a character that's not in the game. Would you like to see them do instead of just putting it in the store for $10 or you got to buy a $50 combat pack? I'm not saying they have to do this with every single character because they are a company and they need to make money too. I believe they should earn it instead of just trying to force it out of our pockets. Let's say that. But would you like to say every Mortal Kombat come out going forward? Would you like to see them do that with like 2 or 3 characters that we normally wouldn't get in a combat pack and we can unlock?
Yeah.
Say in the Floyd type map, would you like to see that going forward with future characters? It could be 2 or 3 characters a game. You understand what I'm saying?
So,
but would you like to see that going forward?
No, I actually think that I actually wouldn't be against now that we've had MK games where we get everyone available. I actually think going back and having unlocking stuff I think would be great. I think somebody said the other day the reason why they probably don't do that is because of the pro scene, because then like they don't have access to all the characters, and to that I say I don't fucking care. Right, because like like in Deadly Alliance, I think it was like what, half the roster. Like you had to unlock it was some crazy number, like it was a lot, and then in Deception, you'd have to like go through Conquest and go here and here, wait here, and then this chest would appear and you unlock Liu Kang, or something like crazy like that. That also made MK great because then what happened was that you look at the roster and you're like, fuck. Who are literally the other half of the characters you actually on day one don't know, and that's really exciting, right? So then everyone starts to work together to try and figure out, oh, okay, how do we unlock this character or how do we unlock that character, and now we just get it all served out, and you're like, for your favorite, yeah, that's great, but again, I'd much rather spend the time trying to unlock the characters than spending the time grinding up the fucking mastery track per character.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So and I'm not against it. Yeah, you're right. I'm with you on that. I'm not against them selling shit. They got to earn it. If it feels like they've made a whole product and there's tons to do for all types of fans, then I'm not against them selling extra shit. Because then you get some cool stuff. A lot of stuff can come out as DLC, extra content that is amazing. But you got to give us the whole meal first. You got to want us coming back for more. So
yeah, definitely. Because if you eat a sandwich, you want the whole thing. You don't want to give me the condiment first, then I got to get the bread after I eat the condiment, then I got to eat the ham with the cheese. No, give me the whole sandwich. I completely agree. I completely agree. Weird metaphor, but you follow me, right?
Yep.
Okay. And lastly, man, lastly, I wanted to ask you this too, because I know, like I said, a lot of people have been looking for this, looking forward to this for a minute. But last question, man, before I let you get up out here. What is the one thing, in your opinion, that the next Mortal Kombat game cannot release with versus what you've missed in the NRS7, right? The one thing, if you could choose one thing that the next game should not release with, what should it be? Or should not have in it at all? What should it be?
This is gonna be an interesting. I'm gonna try and say this, hopefully coherently, right? I don't want them to release the next Mortal Kombat game with this janky, stiff, fucking robotic fighting engine that we have. I fucking hate it. I look at other fighting games and they're smooth, right? Everything is beautiful. It looks smooth. It feels like there's weight to the characters and stuff. It's actually the one thing that's pissed me off ever since MK10, right? Is this, and the Injustice games, there's this stiffness, right? And it ruins everything. Like, it's just, I feel like I'm fighting against the engine to then fight the game, you know? And then, you know, like MK10 after MK9 felt so alien. And then MK11, like, everyone felt like they would, like, lay down with tank armor. And then MK1, everyone was made of fucking fairy floss. You know, everyone's flying around. But there's this core stiffness and jankiness to the engine that, side by side to other fighting games, it's just awful. Like topically, obviously, like, you know, like outside of that, you know, obviously no cameos. You know, don't want cameos back. Actually, it's hard actually because there's so many things I'd want changed. You know.
Well, let me ask you this one last question.
No, you can ask
Would
whatever you want, man. That's good.
Yeah, okay. When it comes to the cameo system, I mean to the cameo fighters themselves, would you much rather them get rid of it completely, or would you much rather that be its own mode?
So if for some reason they wanted to keep cameos, they need to rework it, right? I don't mind if they want to make it a separate mode, just like they did with Tag and MK9, but you've got to rework it. So there's an old Ed Boon video interview where he was talking about, I think he might have been talking about the cameo system, and he said, Sonya would have like a drone, right, and that would do things, like military white type drone, right? Oh, but that would look really weird on Scorpion. And my first thought was like, dude, you don't have it so that the cameo or whatever it is interchangeable with other characters. You have a specific cameo or whatever you call it for that specific character. For Scorpion, actually, probably the easiest example would be Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero's cameo could be an ice orb, like a sphere that would float above his shoulder, right? And when you know how with the cameos you press different directions, and then the button to get different shit happening. So in this instance, what it does is that if you press up, he gets a big ice sword. If you press to the right, like with the cameo button, he gets a big axe. If the other direction, he gets a big hammer, and the other one, it might be like a fucking bow and arrow or some shit, right? And it's only for Sub-Zero. It makes that a unique thing, so lore-wise, and like character aesthetic, it looks like it fits, And I think that'd be really cool. That's what they should have done it. And it only directly affects your character, right? Your cameo, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't attack the other person. It applies buffs or things to you. Like, imagine Reptile, right? So, like, Reptile, you could have something that, like, he's able to morph into different styles of lizards, right? So, one lizard might be slim but really fucking fast. The other one might hulk out, and slow, but does a massive, like they're very powerful. That's how my brain goes with that sort of stuff. Like, make it really exciting and unique. So that way, it adds to the theme of the character. Scorpion could be like some hell demon that, does shit, to your character, or maybe gives you certain weapons or whatever. And that'd be kind of fucking cool. But what they did is that they made these obscure choices of cameos. And I'm like, oh yeah, it was just, here you go, and that's it. Like, it's having a cameo Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Kung Lao, like duplicating the main roster characters is just weird. Like it's really fucking weird when you don't have a duplicate Raiden or you don't have like duplicate other characters on there either. It's just odd. It's just odd. So if they had to do it, rework it, you know, and then you might give people the option to have, you know, something unique. You give them the standard 1v1, a cameo mode, and tag mode, and you know, whatever else. So I don't know. That's what I do. You know, I don't mind options.
Okay.
Just don't force people into something like they did with this game. You know.
Okay.
So.
And speaking of options with this game, I've heard you allude to it before, but I wanted to ask you here now. When it comes to the current constructed game of MK1, right? You got your cameos, but it's only a specific amount of cameos. Though if you play the towers right now, say a character like Quan Chi, right?
Yep.
He's a playable character, but he's not a cameo available to the player. But if you
Yep.
go into the towers,
Mm-hmm.
Shang Tsung and Quan Chi would be the team you go against.
Yep.
Do you think that another way for them to make this game better is to open up the whole character where you can pick and choose? Everyone's playable, but you can pick and choose who your cameo would be?
Yep. Yeah.
You want the entire roster instead of the same ones we got?
Yeah, I remember. I think I said this a long time ago. I think I did because I said, look, you know, I said I don't look as a compromise. If you want to keep your little cameo shit system, make it so that in the end of the life cycle of the game, we can then play as all of these characters. Right? Make the cameo characters playable, right, and vice versa. You know, so if you wanted to run. You know, you could make Serena fully playable and then have Reiko as the cameo and vice versa, you know. So as you said, like every character on the roster, that's what they should have done, to be honest. They should have done that. So that way they could you could swap. It's like, okay, well, I've chosen Sub-Zero, but I'm going to make my assist character Scorpion, you know. And you can't double up. I wouldn't have it double up. Yeah, I think that. I don't know. It's just weird seeing two of the same character on screen. You know, like on the same team. Yeah,
specifically in the game that's been 1v1 throughout its entire history up until this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I'll be honest, the whole cameo thing, I think that turned off a lot of people too, because as I just stated, you know, growing up the John Tobias era of Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang didn't have Kung Lao throwing hats for him while fighting Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn didn't have Katana throwing fans for him while taking his hammer, pause by the way, and slapping the shit out of everybody that dared challenge for his throne. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think this is why I say, and this is why I asked you this question earlier. This is why I say I think that the cameo mode should have been that. To me, it seems like a Temu version of the tag team.
Yeah.
Because for one, you can't play with friends while doing this. You can go king of the hill, wherever. You know, it's not a true tag team, bro.
Yeah.
It's an assist-based fighter. A lot of people ask for a tag team mode, myself included, guilty as charged. No one asked for an assist-based fighter. And I think due to incompetence and maybe even a little bit of laziness, maybe a lot of bit of laziness, they neglected to give us a true tag team mode. And we just wanted that. Not a game entirely based off of it. Just a tag team mode. But give us the already established 1v1 fight. To that, you say what?
There was one of the I think it was Ermac or Interloco, one of the technical guys that gets into the code and made the mods and stuff so you can control shit. They found a while ago, and I think I did a video on it, and there'd be other videos as well. There was actually a fully functioning tag mode in MK1.
Really?
Yep. Fully functioning. It's just fuck, man. Like, you know, it's like, what are you doing?
Right? What could have been? It was right there. What could have been?
Yeah. I'll try and find the video and like send it to you, man, because like it's fucking. It was actually working. Like he got it so that it was actually like functioning in the game, and I think they blocked it. You know, at some point. It was Ermac, unused MK9 tag mode in MK1, right? Actually, I can actually show you. Can I share this screen?
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And you'll see this in real time as well, right? So that way people know. I'll just have it on mute, right? So if you go to Ermac's channel, The tag character can be swapped. The cameo button, no restrictions. There we go. See, done. Right, just simply swap
The true
out.
tag team.
Yep. Yep. There we go. In he comes. Imagine, like, why would you just, like, it fucking works.
It already. I'm not even touching it, and it already looks 10 times more fun than what we got now.
Yeah.
Already. And then if that was the case, I think you wouldn't hear so many people. Oh, well, this should be buffed. This should be. You wouldn't hear as many people talking about that. Why? Because this is a true tag team mode. It seemed like, to me, as far as gameplay wise, it's like they wanted to do that, and as you see right here, they had it.
Yeah.
And then just halfway through, they just decided to change shit up last minute, for whatever what the fuck reason they could come up with, and it just did not work. It just did not work. As y'all can see right there. Look at that and tell me y'all wouldn't want to play that versus what we got now.
That looks so.
And
much,
to the people that
so
enjoy,
better.
to the people and to the people that enjoy the current iteration of it and how it's, hey, I'm not judging you or anything like that. I'm just simply saying, why take something that we got now, which is mediocre at best, versus something that we both that most people would much rather play. This is 10 times more fun automatically, in my opinion. Because now you can swap out your whole character. It forces you to know different characters and how to, it forces you to play more characters so you can figure out which team is actually doing what. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, they should have just stuck with this. They should have just stuck with this, and it should have been its own mode. Now, to lighten it up just a little bit, as we're getting ready to come to the end of this, who is a character in the next MK game that you would like that they absolutely have to have? Not absolutely have to have. Who is a character in the next MK game? Say T1000 is the end of the life cycle of MK.
Yep.
Right? You start with MK, whatever the hell they're going to call the next one. MK Gender Fluid, whatever. Who is one character that you would like to see return in the series? And why? That's currently not in this game.
Not even as a cameo?
Not even as a cameo, like a full playable character that you would like to see return to the franchise. That's not in MK1.
I'd like to see. Okay, I'm thinking of the Armageddon roster in my head. I'd like to see Kai. I think a modern version of Kai would be great. Because I'm just trying to think of characters that should have had the limelight, by now. Dairu, I think they could have done a nice remake, rework of him. The Dairu. Who's the other one? Hotaru as well. I kind of like these characters. They were kind of at the time they were a little bit obscure, but with modern graphics and obviously redesign, they could make them look pretty awesome. Just trying to think who else is there. You could bring back Draman. Is it Moloch? No, not Moloch. Is it Moloch? Yeah. You could bring some of these back. Yeah. Some of those 3D era characters are really well done. They did a really good job with those. Personally, I want an Armageddon 2.0. I just want every character in there. Just give us fucking everything. Let us have our fun. So.
You got to stay out of my brain because I was getting ready to ask you, what would be the next type of game would you like to? You already answered. Damn it, man. We on the same wave.
Yeah. Su Hao, by the way, we used to joke about Su Hao because we used to say he looked like he was from the Village People. I mean, he kind of does, but at the same time, he had some fucking wicked special moves, man. He was really good. He had some really good moves. And they probably turn. You know what they should do? You ever watch kung fu movies or Asian movies and they have some big jack Chinese guy, some fucking Chinese tank, right? That's what Su Hao should be. They find some big Chinese buff Arnold Schwarzenegger looking dude, right? And they put that hat on him. No one's fucking with him. Mm-hmm. He'd look mad. He'd look that would look so fucking good. Like a Chong Li but taller. From Chong Li from Bloodsport, right? What's his name? I can't remember his real name.
I know exactly who you're talking about, so I just can't.
That'd be cool. Bolo Young, that's it, yeah. But just give us every character. Just give us every character. It's time. I think it's time. Sick of the gimmicks. Just give us every character. Let's have some fun. You know. So
Okay.
yeah.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. So, gotta ask you, man. I don't mean to keep asking 21 questions.
No,
It's good to have you. It's good to have you on the channel.
no.
It really is.
Listen, man. I got nowhere to be, so you can take as long as you need, bro. It's all good.
All right. All right. So, what do you think about the latest skins that were released? I don't know if you're aware of the skins that came out with the Conan Barbarian release.
Oh yeah,
And one character in particular, Little Miss Ashra, character I play.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, because we know we've been fighting against DEI and everything, the woke bullshit that's in MK that everyone can see, but few want to admit. So, you got Ashra with the Conan the Barbarian skin. She's showing a little thigh meat. She's showing some ankle and some thigh meat, the side cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's the way they should continue going forward with the game? As far as not saying you got to completely goon out or they got to be in fucking thongs or nothing like that, you know, barely covering anything.
Yeah.
We're not saying that at all for y'all attackers. But do you think that that is the essence of? Not saying that that has to be their entire wardrobe, but do you think that more female characters should have at least an alternative skin or an alternative costume in that type of light?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's part of. I mean, look, Conan's literally running around in fucking like furry underwear, and a lot of the other male characters are showing a lot of skin. So I think it's again like Mortal Kombat was kind of like the Medal of Fighting games. It was edgy. It was like fuck you to everyone else. We're gonna have blood. We're gonna have hot chicks. We're gonna have kick-ass dudes. We're gonna do crazy shit. They don't need to be running around wearing dental floss between their thighs, but that was a good skin. Like Ashra, I actually like Ashra in MK1. I think I actually did a pretty good job of Ashra. I like how she can go between the light and the dark, for her abilities. Yes. I think that was actually really cool. But yeah, I think it was good. Yeah, I think they should, because you're seeing the sexy female form. Right, like they're not sitting there with the legs parted and showing us what she ate for dinner last night. Like, just having them sexy. Like women are sexy, and it's a fantasy game. It's that power fantasy. Like that's why when women cosplayers they do a lot of the MK9 cosplay. There's a reason for that, is because they were very sexy looking outfits. And then they go to the shows and they show them off, and then that's, it's like, oh, where's that character? Oh, MK9, never heard of that. Oh, I might go check it out. So I'd argue, right, here we go. Let's get some chick in the Ashra Conan skin, right? Go to a trade show, and I reckon that woman is going to sell more copies of Mortal Kombat 1 than the entirety of the Only Pro scene combined. I said it. That's it, man. Fucking hammer. The gauntlet's been thrown. Seriously, though, sex sells.
More than 5 million copies? You want to sell more than 5 million copies? Send a sexy warrior princess out there.
Yeah.
Go sell you some copies. Because say what you want to. I don't give a damn how you feel about it, y'all. Sex sell. This is both for men and women. Because like you said, don't act like you women don't act like y'all don't be looking at some buff dude out there and just, oh my God, he's so disgusting. His muscles and no. Y'all lustful creatures just like men are, all right? You can miss me. It's 2025, man, and I put it all on. Y'all know damn well y'all be looking at them dudes and lusting for them dudes. And hell, some of y'all for some of the women too. Thought I wouldn't expose you, huh? Some of y'all for some of the women too, and think, damn, that looks kind of nice. Because as you said, dude, you look at some of these cosplayers too, man, and tell me that they don't be wearing some more daring and they be wearing they be wearing some shit. They be like, hold on, you came out the house like that? I understand you dressed like Melina in MK9, but you got a lip hanging out. And I'm not talking about the one on your face.
What's that movie with? Is it Wild Hogs with Tim Allen and Martin Lawrence and shit?
Yes.
And his daughter comes down, and he's like, she's like going out, and he's like looking at her, going, "You going out dressed like that?" And she said something. He goes, "What? You look like an Eskimo hooker." It just made me giggle, man. It's just sort of that. But yeah, like you're right, like sex sells, it always does, it always will. And like if you look at Marvel Rivals as the best example of current day game, basically going, here's some very attractive drawn women, like the Psylocke alternate outfit you can buy, the Sue Storm one, you know, and the other women in there, like, even if they got a full bodysuit, right, you can see their ass, you know, they're not afraid of showing that they got boobies, and that's just part of them. Like, you know, when you start covering up and wearing bed sheets and shit like that, you're saying that women can't look sexy. They're not allowed to be sexy. And, you know, when that guy said that, oh, women wouldn't show up to a fight in a bikini, right? It's like, dude, it's Mortal Kombat. Like, I wouldn't be showing up to any fucking fight if we lived in that universe. Like,
yeah, right. I'm not fighting none of them.
No, right? So it's just stupid shit like that, you know. And so it's good to see, you know, it's good to see that they're, you know, maybe they're listening. You know, maybe they're like, wow, you know, you're gonna make more fucking money. You know, are they allergic to cash, right, or not? So, you know.
Okay. Final question. I promise it's the last one.
No, that's all right.
What direction do you think they should take the story mode in the next Mortal Kombat, and why?
There's a thing. I was gonna do a video on it. I probably will too, but I just because I think it's funny. It was this meme where, you know, in the MK95 movie, where Liu Kang in the very beginning, he's having that nightmare about his younger brother being killed by Shang Tsung, and he wakes up in the bed, right, and it's a dream, sort of. That's what I want to have happen, right? I want them to go all the way back, right, even probably before MK9, you know, and just pretend that all of that story shit was just a bad dream, right? Because MK9 was good. I liked the story. I liked the sidestep story. You know, it respected the original, right? It didn't mess with it. But then it went crazy. And I don't like the multiverse stuff. It's too lazy, you know? There's no consequences. Or somebody dies here. Oh, but they're over there anyway. So, you know, like, it's kind of shit. Do you remember, like, when they brought out, I think it was what, Trilogy or something, no, it was before that, because it came out and it's like, oh, Johnny Cage was killed, like, not in the movie, but like in the game, like he was killed or something, and like that was pretty shocking. It's like, holy shit. And then when Trilogy came out, you know, they had to sort of formulate a story as to why he came back. You know, you need to have one universe and have the stakes raised so it feels like, you know, like there's, you know, some impacts. Like Annihilation gets a lot of flack because it's pretty campy, although the chicks in it, fucking, I mean, let's be honest, man, the chicks in that are fucking hot, right? But like Shao Kahn kills Johnny Cage, like in like literally in the beginning of the movie, and that was
they started the movie off like
that was full on. That set the fucking tone, bro, through the whole shit, and that's and that was great. You know, that was really good, and that mirrored what they were doing in the MK3 game. So,
okay,
yeah,
great talk, man. Fate, again, great to have you on the channel when this is uploaded later on Realm of Rage TV, since we couldn't stream it on my end.
No, that's all right, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on your channel and being so patient with me throughout the technical difficulties, man. Much
that's all right, man.
For that. Could you tell the Raging Rebels where they can find you at again one more time? Shout out the channel one more time. Shout out the Discord, whatever you got to get off the channel.
Yeah, just look up Fate, Fight All Thy Enemies on YouTube. There's a Discord link under every video and on the info. And yeah, I don't know what I'm being labeled this week. I don't know if I'm a white supremacist or a sexist. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll figure it out. Somebody will tell me where I'm at in the pissing off people stage, but I'm joking. Like, it's just I'm outspoken, which is why I love your boy here, right? Because Rage, right, is also a guy that keeps it honest. You don't have to like his opinions, you don't have to like him, but you know where you stand, and that's, I think, the most important thing. Honesty, you know. That's all. I think that's all that matters, you know. So yeah.
For sure, man. Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me be a part of your channel, man. Gonna continue to watch the videos and watch out for what y'all got coming to the channel. Raging Rebels, again, go subscribe to Fate, F-A-T-E, all capitals, Fight All Thy Enemies. Be sure to go subscribe to him, join the Discord if he wants you to drop the Discord. Again, Thank you for the time, man. I'm gonna
That's
let you
all right.
go ahead and do what you gotta do. Again,
Well,
thank you for being so patient with me with this technical shit.
and also subscribe to Rage, right? Realma Rage
I appreciate
TV, right? Go check him out. Fantastic content. And you're a massive fucking YouTuber. I didn't realize this. I checked out that. It's like, holy fuck. Jeez, man. Like, you're huge. You know?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I'm all right. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're just trying to get better each and every day. And as long as the people are entertained, I'll continue doing it. I do this because I love it. I don't do it because, well, I mean, it'd be nice to make a bunch of money. I'm never going to say no to that when I've earned it.
Yeah,
But
that's right. Yeah.
I do this because I love doing it. I love content creation. I love doing what we're doing here, playing my games, let people know what's going on. I love keeping the people informed and entertained. That's just who I am. I'm not fighting it. I'm not hiding it. I embrace it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, hey, I'm not a cup of tea for everybody, but you know damn well, like you said, when you come over here, you know I'm 100 proof. You know exactly what you're gonna get. All right, you either gonna love it or you gonna hate it. There is no in between with me. All right, but at the end of the day, you're gonna feel something. You're gonna feel something. That's the one thing I can say.
That's true.
So again, hey, thank you for coming out, man. Hope you have a wonderful day, man. God bless you. Continue doing what you're doing, the content. Yeah, guys, he's so fucking racist, yet he's got a guy as dark as me on his channel. Yeah, that screams racism to me. You know, that screams racism to me because I could, if he is racist, I couldn't tell. I don't think he is. Man, has been. Go ahead.
Well, it's so funny. I don't know. See, as a white person, I don't even know how to say this because if I say I've got black friends, that sounds racist. It's like how do you say it? But like seriously, like on the Discord, like we've got like, well, I mean, you've got yourself. We've got I think Kenny Bomb's on there as well. We got TW Booty Hunter, and a whole bunch of people from all races. You know, and everyone's welcome. You know, don't ever be afraid to like come in and say g'day because like I'm pretty chill. Like my videos, just like you, like you're getting on there, you're putting on a show, you know, you're trying to get people, excited. Yeah, Toby's in my chat. Yeah, he's where are you? Oh, he's from Africa somewhere, right? But he doesn't sound African, and I keep teasing him about it. He sounds like a white guy. He even shared a picture with everyone, right, to prove that he's black. Right, and I'm like, come on, man, I think that's edited. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. No, he's great. Right, so there's a whole bunch of guys, you know, from everywhere, all around the world, and everyone's pretty chill and relaxed and stuff. So don't, like, if you have questions for me, join the Discord and talk to me. You know, like I'm pretty approachable. You know, if you see an opinion I have that you don't like, hit me up. You know, I don't mind talking to people. So.
Because you've been nothing but kind to me in the entire time we've talked. We've had a conversation for damn near 3 hours before, we decided to go ahead and collab. Yeah. So again, thank you again for being the person that you are. Continue doing what you're doing, man. You're much appreciated and always welcome over here at Realma Rage TV. Glad to have you, man. Let's see if we can do this again in the future if possible, man. If not, we appreciate you either way. You know, you're more than welcome over here to Discord, man. Thank you for the time, man. And God bless you and have a good one, man. Good talking
God bless
to
you too, man. All right, dudes. Well, I'm going to end the stream as well. So thanks, guys, everyone, for tuning in. And I'll catch you guys later. See ya.
All right, see ya. Goodbye.
That's it.